I don't know if you could tell just by looking at me, but Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon was my #1 childhood movie. I watched it all the time, and I could quote you so many lines from the movie. But I recently rewatched it with my kids, and I came to a realization after listening to some of the lines that most of the time I would just gloss over. This whole movie is about impatience. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Turnout. Don't forget to check us out at usaaudiences.com where you can sign up for a special event and movie screening invites. So as I said, The Last Dragon is like my movie. It stars Timac, it has Vanity, Julius Carey, Ernie Reyes Jr., like so many people who I loved, and obviously I'm a huge fan of martial arts movies. Maybe we'll get into some of those here on the Turnout. But it's one thing to watch a movie as a kid, and another thing to watch it with eyes as an adult. I recently had that when I was showing this movie to my 14-year-old daughter. And as I was consuming this again for the first time, and I think the last time I saw it was maybe 6-7 years ago. I don't know why it took so long for me to jump back into it, but I was watching it with basically brand new eyes. I could say all the lines, but I had a different sensibility when I was going into it. And the main thing that I realized is that this whole movie is about impatience and why it's a bad thing. You know, the bad parts of impatience, not saying impatience is a good thing. And I'm gonna kind of break it down for you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Before I do that, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, so you always know when the Turnout puts out a new video. So even just going down the line of all of the characters, everybody is looking for some sort of quick fix, something that will just quickly solve their issue. So if you've not seen The Last Dragon, it's actually about a young man. His name is Leroy Green, but people call him Bruce Leroy because he's a black dude who does martial arts, and it's a little bit of a blaxploitation movie, which was also something I didn't realize until I was an adult. I was just like, I thought it was just a good movie. Like, no, dude, it was made specifically to be a blaxploitation. Oh, okay. I didn't get that at first. But it follows Bruce Leroy, and it actually begins with his teacher saying,
"You have touched the final level. You knew without knowing. We have finished our journey together."
And he's like, "But I'm not worthy."
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
And he says, "Okay, fine. Then you need to go on a quest to find the master, and the master will reveal everything to you." Leroy is set up as the exact opposite of all the impatience that I'm going to talk about here in a second. He is actually already at his destination and is trying to delay his ascension to his being a master. But let's start going down the line. Let's take his little brother Ritchie, for instance.
Good morning, Green Sanitarium. Warden speaking, and I must say our inmates are off to a promising start this morning. Who's calling?
Ritchie is a fast-talking liar, kind of a conniver, but you know, he's a cool hip kid, he's got friends, they kind of hang out, but he's always looking for a quick fix. He's always looking for the way to get into the club without money. He's just expecting the girl to just fall in love with him. He's always trying to find out how to get things out of people. Again, the exact opposite of Leroy, and why he's able to basically walk all over his brother.
See, man, messing around with you, now my boys don't even know I'm here.
We're not planning to enter without paying, are you?
Chill out, Chopsticks. Let me handle this.
Even when he's accosted by Rock at the end of the movie, Ritchie stomps on his feet and then kicks him in the balls, and finds that that's how he's able to quickly take this guy out. So of course when he faces Beast as well, he goes immediately for the kick to the balls. He is impatient, he wants to get right to the win. But then he finds out obviously that Beast has a metal cup or something on, so he does not win and he gets defeated. Ritchie is a really good example of the impatience thing that I'm talking about here. But let's move on to another character. Let's move on to Rock. Rock is working for Eddie Arcadian, and if you don't pay attention to a lot of the dialogue, you almost will miss exactly why. And the reason why is because he made a deal with Eddie Arcadian to try and make a lot of money quickly and become a champ at boxing.
If you would have put this kind of energy into getting me a title fight, maybe I would have been on my way to Vegas right now.
You lost, Rock, you lost. Every fight I got you. The Great White Hopeless, they called you, remember?
But Eddie obviously tricked Rock and did something so that he could control the situation and get Rock to work for him, essentially for free. Eddie is set up as this really, really bad guy. Let's take Angela, for instance. She really wants to be a star, so even she is turning to Eddie, and Eddie's like, well, I'll make you a star.
Oh, all for me?
All for you, sweetheart.
Well, I mean, if it's really all for me... Oh, I don't want you to kill anybody.
And this entire movie is based around his trying to make his girlfriend a music star, and all of the lengths that he will go to make that happen. And he wants it done quickly. There is actually a line, the line in the movie that prompted this whole video. And it's when Laura Charles, who's played by Vanity, love her, it's when Laura Charles's assistant is trying to convince her to let Angela's video get played on her show.
We're just talking about one dinner out of your life. Come on, you can at least have dinner with him.
Look, JJ, I would love to help you out, but the fact is my show is booked solid for the next 4 weeks. So you're just gonna have to wait.
4 weeks, y'all. Seriously, Eddie Arcadian was so impatient, he could not wait a month. He couldn't have called and said, well, how about week 5? Can we go ahead and get it done then? No, of course not, because this entire movie is about the perils of impatience. But Eddie Arcadian is the biggest example of this, and also the most gross example of this. But let's go to the main bad guy of the movie, and that's Sho Nuff, the Shogun of Harlem.
Am I the meanest?
Sho Nuff!
Am I the prettiest?
Sho Nuff!
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sho Nuff!
Well, who am I?
Sho Nuff!
Who am I?
Sho Nuff!
I can't hear you.
Sho Nuff!
Who really, really wants everybody to respect him and show him that respect. And how does he plan on doing that? He's gonna take a shortcut. He's going to say, if I defeat Leroy, then people will respect me.
That's the only guy that stands between show and total supremacy.
Not, hey, if I go around to each person's community and I could start doing community building and build up everybody's love of me and I can build an empire. I have 6 people working for me. Maybe I'll get it to the point where I have 20 people working for me. Like, he could have done a lot of different things. But he's like, I don't want to do it slowly. I want to do the main thing. I want to go and beat Leroy, and then I will win. And honestly, Leroy says it pretty well right to his face right at the beginning of the movie.
The secret awaits eyes, unclouded by ambition.
What?
Those who are bound by desire see only that which can be held in their hands.
See, and it's mumbo jumbo like that will make somebody want to kick your butt. But it's also that line specifically that is the crux of the Leroy character, because he has no ambition. On the contrary, he literally believes he does not deserve the things that he has earned. So again, the opposite of impatience. Even Laura is an example of impatience.
You sure look like a master to me.
Because the moment she meets him, she wants him. And she's like, I don't want to wait. I want to find him. I need to know who he is. I need to make him mine. And he's like, I don't really know much about all of this. Maybe we should take it a little bit slow. And she's like, okay, but hey, I'd love to show you some moves. I don't even have a paintbrush.
Not only do you not know when to do something, you wouldn't know where to put it if you did.
And Johnny even has a whole scene. Johnny Yu, wonderful comedic character in the movie. He has a whole scene where he talks about, hey, here's how you win at martial arts without even knowing any martial arts.
Give him a little move, a little scream, and lots of attitude. Check this out.
You just have to be Asian and make a bunch of noises and stuff. And then he is taught very quickly that that is not the correct case, and you will lose very quickly. So what I'm hoping out of this video is that it will make you guys want to go back and watch it. I believe it is on Netflix right now. But go and watch it again and just look at each character and look at them through the eyes of their temperance. Are they impatient? Or are they the opposite? Or is this whole theory just kind of thrown out of the window? Who knows? I do want to know what you guys think. down in the comments. Let me know about that. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. That's at @TheTurnoutUSAA. And hit like and subscribe. And please don't wait too long to hit the bell notification. Otherwise, I've been your host, Leroy. This has been The Turnout. Thanks for showing up.